Honk honk and hello. Happy Saturday. Since it's Saturday and I'm feeling a little caffeinated, a little feisty, a little sheer, a little messy, I thought we could have some fun today and do something a little bit different. So instead of diving into a news story, there's something that's been on my mind that I've been wanting to show you all. And it does have to do with Meghan. I'm so sorry, but it's something that's popped up on the St. Meghan Markle Reddit. And so I thought we could take a look at it and have some laughs. If you're new here, I'm Jen. Make sure you're subscribed, hit the thumbs up, and leave me comments, as all of those helps YouTube to recommend my video. I sincerely appreciate that. And I appreciate all of you. I have been talking about and looking at and thinking about how bad Meghan's posts have gotten. The ones advertising as ever her products, they're always messy. They're always sloppy. They seem to be spilling things. And I don't understand what she's thinking with that. She's not. I don't understand it. I think it's meant to be artsy or, I don't know, upscale or something, but she's missing it. She's always missing it, but she's really missing it. Same with her clothes, right? She keeps missing it. And I don't understand how she sees things. So I thought we could take a look and have some laughs. So starting with this post by Locksmith Far 9486. I love this so much. And it says, "Tell me you lose your Netflix paid creative director without telling me." So it went from this, wait for it, wait for it. So that's, of course, with Netflix, to this. Let's make this bigger. Some of her posts. And I've said the same. It is so what's the word, cold, bland, boring. It's beige without being beige. It's her personality, right? There's just not much there. And then thinking that slapping some red on things is giving it a spark, and it's not. And even a thoughtful hint of red, sure, but this is nothing. This is gloopy and globby. Ugh, it's just kind of gross. I don't understand what she's thinking with any of this. So I thought we could take a look at some comments and definitely chime in with your thoughts below. It is funny to see the difference. What a little lighting, let's go back. What a little bit of lighting can do for you, what a little bit of creativity, what a little bit of rainbow and warmth can do. And she's missing all of those. I'm laughing at the rainbow because remember, her big idea was to cut a rainbow out of fruit. Okay, great. Just like the balloon arch, that was her big idea. Okay, so let's take a look at what people are saying about this. Starting with, "Hey Jude Marie, it's clearly obvious that the lighting in the top section of pictures is way better than the second set. Agree. Meghan, why don't you call your Emmy award-winning father and ask him for some helpful tips?" I thought this was so funny and such a good point. So absolutely agree. The lighting is so different. Let's go back in the two photos. And that is, I mean, talk about irony. Her dad has won Emmys for his lighting. And then you see the difference here. It goes from well lit to this beige gray nonsense. I don't understand it, but thank God I don't understand. I don't want to understand it. But yeah, call your dad. There you go. It looked warm and abundant then. That's it. Abundant. That's a good way of saying it. And cold and gray now. No Markle, like a self Markle. I love that. Ain't no party like a, what is it? West Coast party, because West you can let me know. Anyway, ain't no like a Netflix lighting because Megan's lighting suck. I don't know. You can leave me lyrics in the comments below. Goodness gracious, did that just happen? Yes, it did. Okay. So yes, it is funny. No Markle like a self Markle. That's right. Absolutely. She did it to herself, just like Harry's doing it to himself in court, right? Nobody made him speak out about the judge, but he did it. And now he's in big, big trouble. Ooh, I can't wait. Okay, go back and watch my last video about that because I talk about it. Lighting kills it. The horrific irony. That's it. The horrific irony. Unpopular opinion. I don't know what's going on between her dad and her. So if no or low contact is best, I'm not one to judge or push, but the blank lighting is hilarious, all things considered. Yes, I think I fall in this camp as well. It's not something I would normally jump on board with, but come on. it is weird. And from everything we can tell, I don't even want to dive into it. With the Doria of it all, it seems to be very much to hurt him. And I think that's just wrong. That's just my opinion. Okay. It's not hard to put some lighting on, and editing pictures is a breeze these days. Megan is just lazy and cheap. Believe me, I can speak to this because I've only been showing myself for what, a year and a half now. So before it wasn't an issue, but I realized when filming myself, the more the better. It's scary when you do it because you see every imperfection, but you do it's such a difference. It's made such a difference. I even redid my lighting, I don't know, like what, a month ago, a month and a half. I added more, and I feel like it's made such a difference in the way everything looks. And I mean, stating the obvious, but it adds interest. It adds more of an awake feeling. I thought before it was better to have like what's the warm lighting, the almost like amber lighting, and it does serve its purpose in some context. But I think where I go more into the news stuff, I think the brighter lights make a bigger difference. So I would say same to her. She's missing it, totally missing it. And yeah, that's it. It appears lazy and cheap. And the difference is I'm a one woman show versus Megan, you would think, had a team around her based on staff turnover, at least, right? But I don't, it doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. All I can figure is that even if there is a team around her, she doesn't listen, and she just has this in her head that the beige looks best. So that's what she does. I don't know. I don't know. All right. Or it could be that you don't know. Oh, there you go. You don't know what you don't know. Here I am saying, I don't know. I don't know. Biting her in the behind. Remember that Madame has always been a fake it till you make it kind of girl. She's too much of a narc to take suggestions from those who actually know what they're talking about. Yeah, I tend to think it's something like this, that even if she had I was going to say, even if she had a lighting expert, she does, her dad. Even if she had that, she wouldn't listen. Even if they were on speaking terms, she wouldn't listen, because then she'd have to admit that she doesn't know everything. And that's something I talk about a lot, but I haven't talked about lately. I think that's a huge difference between, and maybe it's a narcissist thing, I don't know, but it's a huge difference between Megan and most of us. I don't know about you, but for me, I prefer not to be the smartest in the room. I would rather learn from everybody else. I would rather pick up bits of knowledge. I think we all have helpful information in different areas. And therein lies, the benefit of having an array of friends and acquaintances and people you can learn from and people you can respect around you, because they help you and they give you real feedback. I don't want, I always talk about my inside team. I have this lovely group who helps me, and they tell me things, and you guys tell me things, and I listen, because I don't think I can usually tell the difference. I don't think you're telling me things to be mean. I think you're telling me things so I can see a blind spot. And it helps me. You guys have had wonderful suggestions, and they've really worked out. And even the ones that haven't, I've tried, because what's the harm in trying? Same with my friends. They tell me things and I listen because I know them. They're not just trying to tell me things just to say, Jen, you don't know what you're doing. It's more of, Jen, I think this can be better, that can be better. Like the lighting. I had friends telling me, "Hey, why don't you change your lighting a little bit?" Things like that. And brilliant, great, because I figure, again, what they're helping me. Why wouldn't I listen to them? I surround myself by them for a reason, or with them for a reason, because they're smart and they're funny and interesting, and they bring things to the table that I don't. We each have our strengths. So I just can't imagine going through life thinking that I'm the smartest or that I'm the best at everything or anything, because I'm not. And that's okay. We all have our own strengths. And I think that's where Meghan and Harry both miss it. They think they know the best. So I'm not staying up for Harry's lawyers. I have my own opinions of them. But let's just imagine Harry's lawyers are telling him, Harry, dum dum, don't keep going with this case. What are you thinking? Um, I don't know if they're doing that, but let's say hypothetically they are. Do you think he's going to listen? Probably not. Probably not. Do you think she's going to listen if somebody says, Meghan, your outfits are terrible. They're ill-fitting. Why do you keep tucking your boobs into your pants? Meghan, why do you have this lit like it's prison? Things like that. I don't think she'll listen, but you can let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you have a suggestion for anything, please leave it in the comments. I try to look at how it's the spirit in which it's intended. In fact, I just got a comment of somebody very lovely, hi, if you're watching, saying that it irks her when I say the word nom instead of nomination. I hear ya. So I'm trying to make a mental note. Will I do everything perfectly? Not at all. Not at all. And you kind of have to pick and choose what you're listening to. And sometimes I think people, I'm not talking about you, but I think some people are nitpicking. So I kind of wade through that. But if there's something really to be gained from a comment, I'm listening. I really do. As long as it's not mean spirited, I'm listening. So I had one of you give me tips on the arches of my eyebrows. I fixed it and I feel like it's made a difference. So my point is don't be mean, but if you have a suggestion for anything, please let me know. I had somebody say it's too chaotic back here. I tried to clean it up some. I kind of like the chaos. So you kind of have to pick and choose your battles, But anyway, I'm listening. That's the point. And I think it shows a certain kind of intelligence when people are listening or are able to see that they don't know the all everything or the best. And Meghan could never. Meghan could never. So there you go. She's not trying anymore. There's no reason to. I love this comment. I thought this was brilliant. The brand is dead as a doornail, and she's just trying to offload expiring products. They cannot fund new production given his latest legal setbacks. Also, why would they? It's not selling. Given she's delulu and relentless, I bet she's going to launch some new scam grift soon. I kind of fall in this camp as well. I think so. I think she could never admit that it was all wrong, but it wouldn't surprise me if she ditched this altogether, blamed something else, or just never addressed it and moved on to, I don't know, makeup or something, just something off the wall where you're like, you're doing what now? Or it'll be something trendy from 10 years ago where you're like, what? I mean, that seems to be her thing. She latches onto old trends, tries to dust them off and make them her thing. And it just doesn't work. This is just my opinion. I really think again, if you don't know, I'm super into psychology, super into it. So I think about the psychology of it. While I don't pretend to be whatever she's got going on, maybe narcissism, hypothetically, allegedly, I don't pretend to be an expert in that. But I do find the psychology of it all fascinating. I think you can tell from people, you can tell, hopefully, from me, what I find interesting. I find micro habits fascinating. Even when I talk about it, I feel like I light up. I'm so interested in it. It has changed my life. And I could talk to you. If I had to give a TED talk tomorrow on something, it would be that. I could get up on stage and I could tell you from my heart how it has changed my life, how it helped me lose 150 pounds, how it's transformed every aspect of my life. And even when I talk about it, my voice changes, my cadence changes. I find myself leaning forward because I want to tell you about it. Everybody, I feel like, has something, 1, 2, 10 things like that in their lives that they sit forward and they perk up and they get excited to talk about. I don't know what Meghan's is, and I don't think she knows what it is either. Money, maybe? I don't think she knows what it is either. And so it reads when she tries to sell us on something and she can't even get excited. You don't see any excitement or life or commitment there, So this channel means the world to me. When I talk about it, I get excited. When I talk about the flock, I am excited. When I'm here filming, I am excited. You guys have said the nicest things about my excitement. I'm not kissing my own rear. I'm saying you feel it, hopefully, because I am excited. Not every single day, but most days I come in here and I'm excited that I get to talk to you all and I get to film because this means something to me. It does. Harry and Meghan don't always mean something to me, so sometimes you'll catch the but this means something to me. Talking to you all, trying to do some good out there, sharing my thoughts and opinions, hearing yours, getting to know you all. This means something to me. I don't think Meghan has something like that, and if she does, She hasn't shared it because you never get that from her. You never do. So that's my opinion on that. I could talk to you all day long about psychology as well. I'm so into it. Okay. Let's see here. All she's doing is pretending badly that as ever ain't nothing more than a shitty vanity project like Archwell as sewers gonna implode eventually and sooner rather than later. Only question I have is how's she going to spin as Sewer's eventual failure into a win for her dying Sussex brand? Okay. I've been thinking about this and I wonder the same thing. So let me know in the comments below. How is she going to spin it? Is it going to be the Istwards? Is it going to be that the royal family killed it somehow? Is it going to be H's fault when they, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below because I am curious as well. I think she'll just ditch it. She won't say much about it. She'll just ditch it for something else. And then eventually she'll spend some backstory or she'll retroactively make up a story, just like, we never heard about the preeclampsia until her friend mentioned, then all of a sudden she had, that kind of thing. It'll be something like that, like something where we didn't hear the reason why until after the fact. And then she'll go back and spin a tale for it. I wonder if the Netflix creative director has a good laugh every week over Meghan Markle's attempts at posting the products. I also wonder if Meghan Markle can see the difference between the two groups of photos. I wonder the same thing. Can she spot the difference? I think that would take some admission she's not ready to make, that she is inferior at this, and that she doesn't have the best ideas. And again, like I'm saying, I don't think she's capable of doing that. I don't think H is either. I really don't. I don't know what kind of legal advice he's getting, but I don't think he listens unless it's something he wants to hear. And can you imagine going through life like that, only listening to the things that you want to hear? I can't. I couldn't possibly. No. No, she can't. She doesn't even recognize that organic fruits and jams produce a higher quality product that commands a higher price. She thinks her name alone elevates white label fruit spread and prices it as if it's organic and gourmet. That plus, I think that once things have a proven track record of success and people loving it and all that stuff, then sure, you can command more. Again, I'm thinking about like makeup products and skincare products, things like that. You command a little bit more once you have a proven track record. Not always, because there are some staples that I love it's kind of a mix of high and low, but you kind of have to have a successful track record before people start believing in you, usually. Not always, but usually. She doesn't have that. She doesn't. But I think she thinks she does by having this title or, a slightly recognizable name, that sort of thing. And she doesn't understand the difference of that and proving yourself in something. So that's what I think is going on there. Self-editing is a dying art. All that attention to detail, right? Freakish attention to detail, that's what she said, is painfully obvious BS. It hurts my nitpicky soul. Same here. I don't understand. I think it's a glimpse into her psyche or her something when she walks out in a crazy outfit or she posts crazy pictures like that. And we all say, what does she see that we don't see? Because she tries to spin it a different way and try to convince us we're not seeing what we're seeing, like by calling herself a fashion expert or whatever. We're not seeing what you're seeing. We're not experiencing what you're seeing. So using your words doesn't convince us. It's your actions that convince us. And you're never going to convince us because your actions never make any sense. So there you go. That's my thoughts on that. I want to get your thoughts on that. I am going to do What's the Goose Of because I love that segment so much, but I want to get your thoughts on that. I've been marinating, if you will, on it and thinking about it. And I thought that was such a good, interesting post. I just wanted to get it out there and get your thoughts. All right. Shall we take a look at What's the Goose Of? I love this shirt so much. I forgot about it. I've only worn it, I think, once. It's just fun because see, you can just kind of, if you want, or I just like to wear it like that. There you go. Anyway, it's not an ad for the shirt. I just keep fidgeting with it because I think it's so fun. I like how it falls. It's just kind of artsy. And then this is my nod to Catherine because it's a sapphire and I thought it was so pretty. So there you go. All right, let's take a look at what's the goose of, shall we? All right, I think so too. Starting with you. Okay, this made me laugh. It's Harry. Hi, Harry. Harry, you're an idiot. Stop suing people. But Harry, Duke of Sussex, JV second, with a hilarious picture, said, "Hi, Jen. Hope you're well. Enjoying the show. Hi, not Harry. Hope you're well." The real Harry can kick rocks, but fake Harry, hi. Thanks so much for being here. That just made me laugh. So thank you for that. Okay. Does this one is Marie, let's see, La Miranda 1227 says, does LaMarkle understand anything? No, she doesn't. Again, I think I could circle back to the psychology of it and say, no, I think I don't even think she understands. I was going to say only understands what she wants to understand, but I don't even think she understands that. Sorry, I have something stuck in my foot. There you go. I don't even think she understands that. I think she is more interested in just, I don't know what serves her, and she's not interested in understanding anything else. Case in point, when I'll say allegedly, but it's gone around pretty much, a lot. So it seems to be the case that she was offered help with her role, and she was like, "I don't need it. I've got Harry." Okay, sure. How'd that work out for you? So shout out to BBS coach Diane. Hi. So she's selling her stuff for $12 each and 3 for 42, which is $14 each. In what retail world does a bundle cost more per item than one individual item? I don't know. I said the same thing. It makes less than no sense to me. Again, whose ideas is she listening to? Because nobody sells like that. Usually, I said the same. Usually, if 12 each, 3 for 36, then you'd sell it for like $30 to give people a break for buying 3, knock, whatever, $2 off each one. Not her, she charges. Who does that? Why would anybody want that for the special box? It's just, from what I could tell, a white cardboard box. So why? Why would anybody do that? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense at all. Thank you so much for that comment. I feel less crazy when I see stuff like that. Shout out to Coconut. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Do we think the blackberry jam is the new product they have been teasing? I don't know. They have been teasing something new. I would assume so. But again, you have to abandon all logic and reason with her. I would assume it was because why in the world would they launch anything else when they're already suffering or whatever they appear to be sitting on so much inventory and not selling? Why? Why would you launch more? But here we are. So I really don't know the answer to that. If you guys have theories or thoughts, or if you know, please let me know in the comments below because I don't know. All right. Shout out to Chris. Let's see. What is it? It's Crystal is man. Hopefully I'm saying that right. 8761. That's so weird. The same thing happened to me in the comments. They were saying, "Why do you care?" And I asked, "Why do you care that I care?" That's funny. So if you don't know what they're talking about, I'm so sorry. I feel like I butchered your name. If you don't know what they're talking about, I said that recently. It's a good thing. It sounds crazy to say. I'm getting a lot more trolling, but it's a good thing because again, I'm up over 5 million views in the last 28 days. That's incredible. My channel is booming and it's because of all of you. Thank you so much for that. But something that I'm getting a lot of comments is theistwards because they have no other argument. They just go to that when nobody else is, but they do. The mediocre mafia and Meghan. So it's like, no, try again. It's just because she's an awful person, and I'm not trying to be cruel. I'm just calling out the things that I see. I don't have to re-explain it. You get the idea. And then I do get comments like this saying, "Why do you care?" And then I always say, well, if that's the logic, why do you care that I care? If you don't care that I care, I know, very meta, then why are you watching me? You can't make any sense out of it. I don't know. You can't argue logic and reason with the mediocre mafia, though. You really can't. But yeah, I've had this same conversation. Like they'll say something like, "What? Yeah, I mean, basically that. Why do you care?" And I just always think, well, the same reason you care that I care. I don't know. I just want to see what's going on. Who cares? Anyway, I think that, yeah, that's going to do it for me. And what's the goose up? Thank you to everybody who leaves me comments. Keep leaving me comments down below, and you might be featured on What's the Goose Up. I appreciate you all so much. I hope you have the best weekend. You guys mean the whole world to me. I'm going to continue to work on my book. I'm on chapter, what am I on now? 8, I think. Oh my goodness gracious. It's going so well. It's just pouring out of me and I'm having the best time writing it. I can't wait to share it with you all. All right, that's going to do it for me. If you want to further support this show, there are several ways you can do it. Check out my Amazon links. I did not get this one from Amazon, but a lot of the shirts that I wear, I get them from Amazon. And it's just because I can find them, in different fits and styles and colors that way. And they look good on camera, and I don't know, they're kind of fun, and I can change things up. And I've had to buy a whole new wardrobe, which is so weird, but I have, because none of my old clothes fit. Losing 150 pounds will do that. But anyway, so check out my Amazon links, even just clicking around on there. And people say, where do I find those? I always pin them. I try. Most of the time, I pin them as the top comment under any video. So you should see a link there. So check that out. Click around in there. That helps. I've had a lot of people asking me to do a makeup tutorial, which I appreciate so much, in a video. I do that on my Patreon. I do a full hair tutorial, how I do that, and I do a full makeup tutorial, and then I did a separate skincare skincare tutorial as well. So if you want to see that, you can find the full breakdown over on Patreon. Now, I do change up sometimes, and I have all that stuff listed on Amazon as well. Not all of it, but a lot of stuff that I use, like the lipstick that I'm wearing, stuff like that. I have that stuff linked on Amazon. You don't have to buy it through me. You can just look at what I use, whatever you want to. But just clicking around the links helps. So I have those over there, but if you want me to comment, and I can maybe tack something onto at the end of a video sometime and just kind of give you some of the tips and tricks. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm still learning. It's something I've had to learn since doing this channel and being on camera. And so I feel like I've gotten better at it by watching other YouTubers and stuff. So I can just share with you some of the tips and tricks that I do. If you'd like to know, sure, that's no problem at all. If that's something you want, just comment below and I'll think about tacking it on to the end of a video. What else? But yeah, check out my Patreon, patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. So that's where you find things like that, like full on bonus. I did no makeup to full makeup tutorial over there. I did I think wet hair out of the shower to full hairstyle over there. I did I'm super into skincare, so I try to keep it glowing and nice, and I use different stuff. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I don't get paid by anybody. It's just the stuff that I personally use that I like, and I've tried a lot of stuff. So there's that. Check it out, and thank you to everybody who supports me on Patreon. That's going to do it for me. I hope you all have the best day, and I cannot wait to bring you more stuff like this. Take care. Stay healthy. Bye-bye. Hello. Okay. I'm a happy goose. My channel is doing so well, and that's because of you all. It is. I'd be talking to myself, and thanks to you all, I don't have to. So thank you. You're talking to me. It means the world. And so thank you for all the views. Thank you for all the kind comments. So many of you guys said I'm glowing. I swear it's because, I'm learning more about the makeup, but honestly, I'm working out so hard that I think it's making me drink more water, and it's making my skin glow. I'm trying to eat healthy. Sometimes I'm better at it than others. Like when I'm with the Gosling, do we always eat the best? No, we don't. We turn into Gilmore Girls. If you know, you know. But I try as often as I can to eat healthy. So that's part of it. But I figure as long as I'm moving my body, that's going to help some of the garbage that I eat sometimes. So, it's just a mix. Or if I do eat garbage, I try to just keep it in check and eat a little bit of garbage and then eat some healthy foods to try to balance it out. So that's part of it. But anyway, let's see what else. I don't know, I'm just a happy goose. I love doing videos like these where we can just have some fun. I can tell you what's on my mind. It's not always the most serious of the news stories, but we don't always need that. It's Saturday. Let's have some fun, right? Tell me, what are you doing with your weekend? What are you up to? I'm going to spend some time with my gooselet and I don't know, practice running, try to make myself believe that I don't hate running. I'm still training for this fitness contest. It's not till next year, but oh, I don't like running. I'm trying to be in a better headspace about it. I'm doing it, but I don't like it. Anyway, if you have a tip or trick on that, I will listen to you. Please leave it below. I just blast loud music that goes at a fast pace and try to just think, okay, run till the song's over, run till the song's over. And then when the next song hits, I'm like, okay, I can do this song too, and it just kind of, if I break it down song by song, it's not so bad. So anyway, thank you guys so much. I hope you all have the best day. I want you to know you are my ray of sunshine. Thank you for everything. Let's get messy. All right, take care. Stay healthy. Bye-bye.